in New Hampshire, Parental Bill of Rights brings deep-set disagreements to the State House lawn. Apparently, people are getting pretty excited about things.
Every state's got these little battles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Senate Bill 272 would outline a number of rights for parents. It's hard to believe you have to do legislation over this, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Many of which exist in current law, such as the right to inspect the curriculum and the right to opt out of certain classroom materials.
You have to fight for that. Unbelievable.
The bill would also require teachers to disclose a student's gender identity changes if their parents ask. Duh. Okay. Unless the teacher had clear and convincing evidence that doing so would put the child at risk of abuse or neglect. I mean, they'll use that all the time.
Yes, they will.
They'll use that every time. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of parents' rights advocates rallied in front of the State House, contending that schools should be transparent to teachers about gender identity changes, and other updates regarding their children.
Yeah.
Since when is school the place to go ahead and change your gender? I thought it was a place to learn the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, which doesn't start with an R, by the way, but still, let's go with it. Teach them math and science and leave the rest of this stuff alone. I don't want them learning about sexual positions. I don't want them hearing about sexual alternatives. I don't want them learning about sex.
But that's their thing, is that that's part of their science, right? What is science?
Science is, you learn about rocks.
There is a school district here.
Oh, okay.
The pull of gravity, like that you have a gravitational pull. We learn about that.
We learned about that. Yeah. It's a whole chapter. It was like a big lot of pages.
Yeah.
So there's a conservative area here in Metro Dallas-Fort Worth that I was just made aware of that, come in every day, change your gender, change your pronouns.
Oh, my gosh.
You've got bunny self going on there. And it's... I don't help. Okay, where are these guys? Where are the damn aliens? Get here already! I can't. It's insanity.
This bill in New Hampshire has been condemned, as you might expect, by the LGBTQIA2+ rights groups, who say it would force schools to out children who may not be ready to disclose their gender identity to their parents.
Too bad. That's your parents.
Yeah. Sorry. Opponents say the bill would discourage students from seeking out teachers for guidance who are often resources for LGBTQ.
Seeking out groomers.
Right.
That's that. Yeah, we don't.
Good.
That's
They
what
should be discouraged to seek them out at school.
We don't want you getting guidance from groomers. So go to your parents instead.
Yep.
I thought every school had a guidance counselor.
Right.
Not just the teacher.
Yeah, the world we're living in just doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't make a lick of sense. Which is why Joe Biden said he was going to lick the whole world the other day.
Gosh.
Right? Remember that?
The world has been warned.
Making us proud, President of the United States. Joseph Robin.
Let's go out and lick the world. Okay, you do.
We got good news, too, yesterday that was reported, right? What?
I don't know. What I'm just saying that next video clip goes with the story he just read there. But what's the good news? I like good news.
That it's been reported that Joe Biden's going to announce he's going to run again.
On Tuesday, we get the big official word.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. Well, that'll be a treat.
Right? Can't wait.
I just hope he loses in the primary to JFK.
I don't know that he actually knows that he's going to make this announcement or not yet, but
he's been told by his sister.
Being reported.
Yeah. And here's somebody who spoke out in support of this parents' rights bill.
I'm a detransitioner, and I live in Lowell, but I work, worship, and do business in Nashua.
A detransitioner.
And so I'm an active community member of the 603, and I'm here in support of SB 272 today. So like many children and teens today, I identified myself as transgender for years. And when I started to feel confused and ashamed about my developing body, I asked everyone in my life to call me by a new name and use male pronouns to refer to me. So in other words, I went through a social transition from female to male.
Okay.
Everyone in my life immediately affirmed my new identity, either out of full support for it or just to stay neutral and not cause any issues. But the constant affirmation, both active and passive, solidified me in my transgender identity. No one meant to lock me into an identity that would later leave me broken, ashamed, and more confused than before. they were really all just being nice.
Right.
But the social transition eventually wasn't enough, and I soon felt I needed to take testosterone. And when that wasn't enough, I had a double mastectomy.
Oh, no.
And when that still wasn't enough, I had a total hysterectomy, including the removal of my uterus, cervix, fallopian tubes, and both ovaries. There's no point of contentment during a gender transition. We get fleeting moments of euphoria, but ultimately one step leads straight into the next. And I thought that in the end I could really become a man, but all I became was a mutilated and abused version of my old self.
Gosh darn it.
Social transition is a big deal, and we're lying when we say that any of this is reversible. This is a big decision with lifelong consequences, and New Hampshire doesn't even require that parents be involved. If the roles of mother and father don't include authority over the emotional, social, and physical future of their children, the roles no longer mean anything. Like me, transgender identifying youth have a high risk for depression. The Trevor Project, which is an LGBT advocacy group, reports that 45% of LGBT teens have seriously considered attempting suicide in the past year. More than half of that number is transgender identifying youth. Teachers and school administrators are mandated reporters, and if a child is suspected to be 4 times more likely to attempt suicide than the other students his age, his parents have a right to know, and SB 272 will ensure that parents are notified if their children are identifying with a high-risk community, and will allow the parents to decide the next best step for their child. Please vote in support of SB 272, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Wow.
I mean, that was a
hard to argue with that.
There's a lot in
strong
there.
testimonial, man.
Sure was.
There's a lot in there where she was saying how transitioners are never fully content, right? Just fleeting moments,
It's an ongoing thing.
And I thought that was another great point that she said that adults in her life were affirming her both actively and passively. So if you just, go along to get along and you're like, oh, sure, you want to be called by that? You
part
think
of the problem.
You're part of the problem. Absolutely. But
You can't
Just trying
change
to be nice.
your chromosomes.
Yeah.
You can't. So how are you going to ever become a different gender? Do you have the 2 Y chromosomes? Okay, you're a woman. Do you have the XY? You're a man or a male. All right? So hard to do anything about that.
You know what?
It really is.
you just mentioned that chromosome thing. We had a pet head send me something. That's not it. Shoot. She works at a hospital now that they refuse to put male and female on the birth certificates now. They just put XX or XY. I mean, it's just...
Oh, my gosh.
Our society is out of control, man.
It sure is. Sure is. And then you had this poor person who went through the double mastectomy, took all of her, her uterus out, her fallopian tubes, everything. She was hollowed out, essentially, as a woman. And still, that didn't help. That's not what she really needed. What she probably needed was to sit down with the therapist and work through the issues that she had. But it's not considered an issue anymore.
Right.
It's not a problem anymore. Are you kidding me? How can it not be a problem if I think I'm in the wrong body? Obviously, that's an issue.
Yes.
Rather than cut off body parts, how about we talk about it a little bit? At least until you're an adult.
Yeah, all we're saying is leave the kids alone.
Right.
We're not saying adults shouldn't have this right.
No.
Nobody has ever made that argument at all.
Have we ever said anything about Caitlyn Jenner changing genders? No. Except recognizing that she did. But we didn't tell her she shouldn't have done that. Man, that was
We should try to stop her.
Right. Never.
Not one.
Because Caitlyn Jenner was, how old was Bruce Jenner?
She's not
when he
welcome
made this?
in my state
Nobody
anymore.
ever said that. Nobody ever had a problem with any of that. Just like the drag queen thing, nobody ever talked about RuPaul. Who cares? Go ahead and do it. It's when you start going after children.
Yeah.
Now we have an issue. Okay? Now we're having this discussion because we have to. If you're 60 years old or 50 or whenever Jenner made that change, knock yourself out. Go ahead.
Caitlyn Jenner.
I hope you're happy afterwards.
73, so definitely and he was in his 60s. Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, it's been in the last 10 or 13 years,
but he
right?
he has claimed, she has claimed that was a struggle throughout
his life.
Yeah. Her
life. Well, because when she was struggling, she was a he. So it was a struggle through his life.
Yeah.
And now apparently she's happy with it because I haven't heard her complain about it.
Good job.
Yeah.
You maneuvered well.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when that person was winning medals in the Olympics,
okay,
that person was Bruce Jenner. Yeah, it wasn't Caitlyn winning those medals.
But it kind of was.
I am waiting for the game show.
But it kind of was.
Where Bruce Jenner is the answer and someone says Caitlyn and they get actually no, they'll say Caitlyn. And the answer will be Bruce.
Yeah.
And they'll say, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
By the way, the Babylon Bee
specific.
did a great job piggybacking off of what we've been talking about here. This is it right here. This explains it all.
Like a tattoo of this really awesome Chinese symbol that I saw.
We're definitely going to need your parents to come sign off on that tattoo.
Why can't I do what I want? It's my body, my choice.
Because you're 14. All right, tattoos are permanent. You're going to regret it one day.
Can I just buy some of those cigarettes?
No way. Smoking is so bad for you.
How about a beer?
No.
A vape pen?
No.
A lighter?
Not in this state.
Can I rent a car?
Sorry.
Bottle of cough syrup?
What are you, drunk?
Fireworks?
You might blow yourself up.
That Ruger GP100 and a box of 38 Special?
You might shoot your eye out.
Can I just, I don't know, like get an irreversible gender surgery?
No problem.
It's got a little handsaw.
Oh, cool. I don't need my parents' permission.
Of course not. What if they're not affirming?
What if they're not affirming?
I love that too because the gender affirming thing is the opposite. It's the opposite. You're not affirming their gender. You're trying to change their gender. That's not affirmation. That's
Preach.
The opposite. Okay? Let's not accept the gender affirming BS because it's not. Yeah, we accept so many
We sure do.
of these terms that they come up with in opposite world from the left, and we just shouldn't. We shouldn't.
What did that transitioner in New Hampshire say? They're just trying to be nice.
Yeah, just trying to be nice.
Just trying to be nice.
But
and
really, are they though? The left, are they trying to be nice? No.
No, but there might be people in a child's life who go
absolutely.
along to
Yes,
get
absolutely.
along.
Oh, I
just
think so,
like,
absolutely.
Oh, you want to be
Absolutely.
called Joe now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
It's not nice, but you think it is.